What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and this is Gleipnir episode 9 discussion/review. Now, this episode was kind of chill and lax at the very beginning, and then after that is when it jumped into like a whole new type of thing. Let's get into it.
Just take it, don't wait for someone to break it. Take control, then don't just take it. Hey, you can make it happen, you just gotta take some action. Take the ship and be the captain.
Man, oh man, I love this anime so much. Week in and week out, it is always a new fun thing or a new surprise waiting behind the door or beyond this ledge or cliff or something that has to do with something far off and getting there. There's always something more to it, and it's so much fun getting there and seeing everything take place, because this episode, like I said, it was kind of lax at the very beginning. Like, it was just them climbing the mountain, hanging out with their whole little renegade group, and we have the leader. She's giving this huge speech, like, hey, we're going to find these coins, and we're going to, we're not going to take over the world, and we're not going to kill people or anything. We just want to find these coins and, pretty much stop everyone else from collecting these coins and what they have to do with it. But little do they know, the redhead girl talked to Elena or Elena. Either way, I always forget her name. I want to say it's Elena. But anyway, she talked to her, and she knows that now there's somebody that's already collected the 100 coins. And she still hasn't told the group yet. And we see this episode that she was going to tell them, but she's so shy, she didn't really get a chance to. She was going to tell Shuichi at first, but the leader was like, well, we're going to keep on trucking, and she didn't really get a chance to tell anybody. So they still don't know that there's someone out there that has already collected 100 coins. But we see them climbing and hiking up the mountain to make their way to the spaceship. They come in contact with the little skull thing that one girl we seen, I want to say maybe like episode 5 or 6, where she came across it and came across these guys that Shuichi and everyone else came in contact with this episode. And we see that she died. Like, there was a lot of people around, a lot of this dude's gang around her, and when he attacked her, so we knew she wasn't gonna live. But I figured that maybe she finally found a way to escape. I don't know, or maybe they were just held her captive. But they killed her and decapitated her. She did not make it, so they killed her, and that answers that question. But they have their own thing going, and they're trying to collect the coins. And one specific dude in their group is going to collect all of the coins once they gather them. And the dude is pretty strong. We see how strong he is this episode. We don't get his full capabilities, but we get a lot of them, and we kind of know that, okay, Shuichi and Claire, they're going to have to step their game up, because this dude ain't playing. But we see this episode, like I said, is everybody just having a good time hiking up the mountain. They came in contact with this rock with the skull on it, and they were like, well, we'll just go around the mountain, and that's where our journey takes place, is them going around the mountains trying to avoid these people. Then their whole time, like I said, it comes in with the redhead girl talking about wanting to tell people what she learned from Elena. And we kind of see that the leader may be in a relationship with the invisible convenience store girl. Cause like the leader almost fell off the side of the mountain, and the girl grabbed her. She became invisible. The chick apologized to her, and the next thing you know, like, she had her cheeks turned red. She has a smile on her face, and the other girl's like, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I see you. And then later on in the episode, when the leader gets captured, the blanket invisible convenience store girl is the first one to really just dive in and make a move. And the dude was like, don't you do it. And then, oh my gosh. And that's why I love, I don't just watch ecchi anime. I watch all type of anime, but I love ecchi anime because it's so funny when like real situations come across like this, because you have a lecherous person and he grabs someone that's has a big bust or a big butt, and he's just starting to up and start feeling on this chick, but he's like in front of all of these people, just yeah. But we also have the telescope head dude. He still is very weary of Shuichi and Claire, because we end up trying to avoid everything. We end up making our way back around to the place where Shuichi and Claire had their first fight. and everything, and we see the troll guy dead and everything. So he still doesn't really trust Shuichi and Claire, and he still suspects them of something, of keeping a secret. They are keeping a secret about the skull guy, but that's not their secret to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're friends with this dude, and they both made a pact, but they can't really tell about them. I mean, the dude asked them not to, and that's their thing. He decided to be their friend and help them. So this has nothing to do with y'all. So that stays on the outs. But he's still being suspicious, and the leader asked him to watch everybody's six and keep a lookout. And it's like he was so happy and giddy for her to give him that job. And we know that he loves looking at women, but I'm thinking he maybe kind of likes her a little bit. We know that's not going to go anywhere because she's a lesbian, so we know that's not going anywhere. But maybe he likes her, and then when Shuichi was like, "Well, I can keep a smell out," and he was like, "No, we don't need your help." But all of that was fun. It was nice and fun and giddy. We see the dude that can transform into the big monster that can control the forest and stuff. He grew watermelons. They had some watermelons down by the river. And then all of a sudden, Claire thinks that this could be a trap. They could have set the skull and everything up back at the beginning of the foot of the mountain to lure us here, where they have the high ground and an advantage to attack us. And she was right, because in that moment, these guys sitting up here at the top of the mountain that we've already seen launch a plan to attack Claire and the whole little renegade group. And the funny thing is because we see some cool characters, and then everybody else is kind of blacked out. We don't really see what their design is or anything. And we see that some of these guys are like pure evil. They're like willing to kill some of their comrades and everything. But their leader is trying to keep them in check. And then we get to see the part where we see, what's his name? Yota. Okay. We finally see him in action. So they have this dude, they capture the Renegade's leader, and no one can really make a move because Shuichi and Claire tried, and he put hands on Shuichi and Claire, and they were laid out for a moment. They were thinking about shooting them, but at that moment, Yota came in, and we saw his powers activate and find out that he got kicked out of school for seriously injuring another student, and that was before he had his powers. So imagine how strong he is now. He came in and he broke this dude's jaw off. Oh my gosh, dude was legit. And the funny thing about that is like, we can't really measure his strength, but we know he's super strong, right? So later on in the episode, when it comes in contact with the other leader after their whole little debacle went down, and he was like, this dude pulled out a tooth too. He was like, "I ain't gonna let anybody hurt you," and he did. This is my pain. What, dude? A toothache hurts like nobody's business, man. And then pulling out a tooth, come on, guy. I know that had to hurt, man. But he was like, "Don't worry about it. You're my friend, so nothing's gonna happen to you." You guys are idiots. But then he makes his way to follow Shuichi, Claire, and their whole little renegade group. But the little guy that can transform into the big beast, I know their names, but I can't think of them. And he made like a dense forest, a mini forest, to hide them from the other group. But it done nothing. This man came in there, bomb rushing these trees, and he knocked this kid out, man. He knocked him out, and he was probably finna murder him until Yota stepped up and was like, nah, I'm the one you want. And he slung Yoda like it was nothing. Yoda punched this dude, and it didn't do nothing. It's like, the mosquito bite me. And it's like nothing. Ow, Charlie bit my finger. Nothing happened. And this man was legit, and he was just standing up there, and he saw Claire get inside Shuichi, and he was like, "What are you?" And he's licking his lips, and he's infatuated with what's going on, and because Claire getting in all sexual, right? And he's infatuated with what's going on there, and he's ignoring Yota and the other telescope dude guy. We know he's a scaredy cat to begin with, but he is over here freaking out. And he was like, "Yoda, no, don't mess with him." And that's when the episode goes off. Man, are you kidding me? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at all of everything else, because it slowed everything down, and it gave us a chance to really see how the group acts as a group. We saw everybody hanging out, and everybody pretty much is cool with Shuichi and Claire, except for the one guy. But we saw the whole thing take place, and everybody was cool, calm, and collected, and they were just having fun. And then the rest of the episode happened, and then it got real intense, and then it went off. So next week is going to be legit, man. and I can't wait. But this is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button so you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe. But only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life. Peace out, man.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you gotta